Hey guys, hadn't realized how long it's been, so let's do another one of these tour videos. I got a bunch of stuff in here. So we left off on like this weird spread with the frog and such, and I kind of stuck with the frog thing. I was like, yeah, I just want like a cute little lady with a frog hat on. And then I just wanted to do something with a pattern. So that's what this is. So yeah, I just thought she looked cute. Just want a little froggy hat and just some blue hair. And she's blushing. Not a big fan of this page, and this is way back from April 2nd. This is just, sometimes you're just gonna have nasty pages, and here we are. Let's not even worry about it. Here is the American woodcock. I've been a little obsessed with this bird lately. Still haven't seen one in real life, but I'm hoping to change that soon. So this is also for April. I like birds, and this shape is just, that's nice. So there's that. This was just kind of like a landscape with some markers that I was doing, and then some quilt patterns that I was kind of looking up, because I just thought they were neat. Sitting at a coffee shop. Where are you? I like how this turned out. Pretty happy with that. I think it looks cool. And then here's like the colors I used. Mostly. I was gonna say there's a couple missing, but whatever. This is like, I was sitting at the mall, and this was in the food court, so there's a table, some windows, some of the plants outside the windows. Back in April, so stuff was blooming. Sorry, I probably shouldn't flip too fast. Here's a bunch of birds. Birds seen at the beach. Bald eagle, a mallard, a robin, a turkey vulture, question mark? It was really hard to tell that day if it was a turkey vulture. We couldn't see if the head was pink. So yeah, bunch of blind contour birds. A couple that aren't blind contours. More bird. More bird. All I know is bird right now. Some flamingos, some other birds. Lots of scribbling. This one was just really fun to do. I just did a bunch of like rainbow lines underneath, and then I would go over with black marker and draw a shape out. So this is kind of like a sea-themed page, and this is like moths and butterflies. Yeah, just very, very rainbow bright. More birds. Yeah. Cranes. I thought I had seen a crane, but I'm not entirely sure if I did. So I just wanted to draw cranes that day. So I did a bunch of like goofy little cranes, and then I ended up doing a watercolor that's more of like a finished piece. It wasn't really the plan, but I was at the coffee shop and I was like, oh, that sounds fun. So there's those. Really like how that turned out. Yeah. And that was with my cheapo watercolor set. Oh, that I actually have right here. Yeah. This bad boy. Let's crank her open. Oh, did not clean it. Don't worry about that. Don't even worry about it. Shasha! Yeah. So that's the Master's Touch set with just like my little watercolor brush pen thing. There's that guy. Some more birds. Oh, I saw my first bufflehead on April 11th, so that was cool. So I drew one of those. There were a lot of pelicans in town, so I also saw that. Children eating weirdos, because there's just so many videos of them trying to eat, like, children and dogs and other large objects. These are some frogs when they're, like, trilling. I just think they're cute. Excuse me. Drew some quails that day. As you can see, I like birds. So get ready for all the birds. Look at how cute they are. Like, look at these guys. This is a couple different sets of pens. Saw a great blue heron one day, so I got some blue herons. I was trying to draw myself, and then I messed up the nose, so I just put on a clown nose, because, you know, that's how we do. This was based off of a statue that I saw on Pinterest. So that's just with pencil, and sometimes I forget how nice using pencil is. Let me see if I can bring that up. Yeah. Man, I really like pencil. I should be doing that more. And then just some, like, flowers and other junk. Here are some basset hounds. If you watch Meat Canyon, he has like a really good video right now called Discord Mods Are the Worst, and it's got like great puppets in it and just like practical effects, and it was really good. I highly recommend it. Very funny. And there's a character in there named Tugboat that's based off of his dog. And it's just a green dog, and it's cute. And, oh, this This green is from a new watercolor set that I got that I friggin' love. Hang on, I got the box right here. It's for portraits, but it had a bunch of colors that I wanted, so it's got like sap green and Payne's gray. So this is just straight from the tube sap green, and that's QOR golden. Really good watercolors. I have been using these like crazy. So yeah, there's dogs. I just like dogs. We went to a tea place in Minneapolis the other day called Northeast Tea House. That was super cool. We sat on the floor and drank tea, and then we just were sketching in there. There was a Buddha statue, so I just drew that. I really need to draw more from observation. I feel like that's really important. Yeah. Oh, I had a parrot shit oolong. That was really good. It's not actually like bird poop. It was duck shit oolong with something else in it. I think it had like a pear flavoring in it or something. But if I feel like I read about duck shit oolong at one point, and it was like basically peasants were like having really good tea and they didn't want rich people to find out about it, so they called it like duck shit, so it would like sound unappetizing and everyone's gonna be like, oh, I don't want that tea. I could be wrong on that lore. Don't like quote me on that. If you do know, let me know. Alright, moving on. Here's some snow monkeys. This is just, yeah, watercolor. And then I bought one of those, like, rainbow pencils, so I wanted to use that. I don't know if you can see the monkeys very well on there. So yeah, just some monkeys in the beginning of May. Here are some more monkeys. I've been putting a lot of, like, random scraps of paper in here lately. So this was just from, like, a paper bag that I had. And then this was, like, a work label that I had in my pocket. I have a lot of work labels that just end up in my pocket, so there's those guys. More monkey times. I really like how this guy turned out. Just very fun. That was kind of cool, too. Abstract Monkey Mans. I was gonna write Spider Monkey, and then I was dumb and I forgot the P, so SID, and I was like, haha, whoops. So there's that. Alright, we're moving into Migratory May. So Instagram has this challenge where you draw like a bird every day again, but this time for May. So I'm trying to stick with that. I can already see some of my colors are smudging over here. I swear I put fixative on this, but I must not have. This is with crayon, so that's why it's kind of like smudging. Oh, first one was like some kind of penguin, obviously. I feel like it was called the Amelie penguin or Amelie penguin. Another bird is the long-tailed Jaeger. This is more just like watercolor sketches, and that was with my new watercolor set again that I really like. This is all just Payne's gray paint. So yeah, just some simple birds. Here is a duck. I cannot remember the name of the duck. This was a seed packet that I just found outside. And I'm like just a little goblin, and I pick up trash and I put it in my sketchbook. So that's what that is. That's just an owl with ink and crayon. Nothing crazy. I was just trying to be abstract. I might be moving into some abstract stuff, so expect to see that in the sketchbook. Yeah. I don't know much to say on this. Basically, what I did was I made stencils, and I, like, cut them out and, like, painted over them, and then I would come in with crayon randomly. That's coming on the other side, too, which is a bummer. Here's another, like, abstract set. I was kind of, like, modeling it after a hand. So, yeah, just, like, blah. Or, psh. Yeah. Intuitive drawing exercises. There was just a book I picked up that had a bunch of exercises in it, and I was like, I'm gonna try that. Here is, again, work labels. So, like, these were just some truck type guys. I don't know what these are called. Cats? They're cats, baby. They were just sitting outside of work, so I drew those quickly on a break. This was, like, at the work computer, which I don't actually work in that zone anymore, so that's really weird. And this was a park that someone was telling me to go visit. That's their handwriting, not mine. And I was like, yeah, I'll go hiking. Oh, and then this paper is, like, from a cafe. Someone dropped it on the floor, and I was like, haha, yoink. Haven't done anything with this yet, but I probably will. Some more abstract stuff. Just kind of, like, not thinking about what I'm doing. Just letting my hand do whatever. So there's that. Also, it looks kind of nice because I, like, taped off the page, so it's, like, everything's framed, you know? Very cool. I do like to look at this. Here's some drawings from a trivia night. Not much to explain there. Just lots of noodling around. Here are some blurbs. Some blind contours of birds. Sorry guys, I get tongue-tied sometimes. That's just gonna happen. That's just my life. Really like how these turned out. I haven't posted these anywhere yet, but they'll probably come up eventually when I feel like I need to, like, post something. I'm trying to just, like, enjoy art lately and not post too much. Or if I do post, it's just, like, because I've already made a good thing. I don't know. Although I've been posting bad stuff, too, and then people seem to like that, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Or, like, I don't know. It just goes to show you everyone likes different stuff. So, yeah. I really like this page. I like this page too, though. This was just with, like, an ink pen, and then I would smear over the ink with, like, a bit of water on a brush. These are just kind of like house sparrows. These were a mix of birds. Yeah. This was, I went to an open mic night, and I did 4 little panels with just my watercolor. I was trying to focus mostly on landscapes, and then I just wrote a little bit because I was, like, trying to watch what was happening on the stage, but also, like, kind of done with painting. And then there was, like, a raffle. So, yeah. Didn't win, but that's okay. Then there's this. It's meant to be viewed like so. So for this, it was an exercise from that book I was reading, and it was just, like, go outside and, like, color in a shadow. So I held this up against my house where there was some, like, vines coming down. So this was just, I traced the shadow, essentially, and then I just colored it in. So that was kind of fun. Highly recommend doing that for funsies. And then I just threw some extra lines and stuff on there. I ate an apple that day, so I just put the sticker here. This was for one of the challenges for the migratory May. I was a blue throat bird, and I just wanted a silly bird that day, so I was doing that little meme creature guy that looks really cute. So there's my little blue throat. And then these are actually from today. I was sitting outside at Great River Landing, and I just drew the geese that I saw. So these are all geese, and they all had bebes, so I drew those too. There's just a neck. But yeah, like these little squiggles, those are the babies. I just like the shapes of geese, and also it's just really fun to watch them. You should just watch birds and, like, their habits and personalities. So yeah, there was, like, the family of just geese. Oh my god, they're so cute. Little babies, geese, other geese. So many geese. There was one that was just, like, sleeping. And then there was a crow that came down and, like, was just chilling by all of them. I really like this shape. Honestly, I love all the crow shapes I drew today. So there's that. And then I was doing a watercolor painting of some birds, and I didn't have a scratch sheet or a spare sheet to, like, test all my colors, so I just used my sketchbook. And then after that, I just drew a goose, because I've been drawing geese today. So there's that. And it just looks kind of fun. It's a fun way to fill up this kind of nasty page. And then that's where we're ending. So we're caught up now, but, like, I filled out a lot more from last time. So this is what you've seen before. This is the new chunk. This is what's left. So there might just be like one, maybe two more videos for this sketchbook, and then it's over, dog. It's over. So yeah, I'll see you guys for the next sketchbook tour. Thank you again for watching my vids, checking me out. You guys have a great day.